Click. Aaron, what you can't hear in Texas is Christmas music. Bells ring.
Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Five Live Bears Christmas.
Five Live Bears, Five Live Bears, Five Live Bears.
All right. We are celebrating this evening.
And the Joker got away.
Wow, that was quick. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone! It is Christmas week. It is the this was actually we're actually recording and filming this the week before Christmas. This is we just got done recording our takes on The Last Jedi, and so
I looked down at the phone and Aaron was on it for an hour and 45 minutes. Just so you know.
Yeah, there's some data. You're gonna have to help.
We got unlimited.
Oh, you got
baby.
unlimited. Okay, so
we
that's
got
all right.
unlimited.
But this week is Christmas. This is actually going to be put out the 23rd or the 24th of be the 23rd, I think, is the date it'll go out. So it's right there before Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody, all our listeners. This is the
Happy Hanukkah.
this is the second Christmas one we've done. I mean, we've actually made it 2 Christmases now as podcasting, and we're thankful for everybody who's
Kwanzaa.
listening and watching us now. And we hope to continue on to the new year. And in the last year, we picked up 2 new people. We got Tim and Aaron with us
Happy
now
Ramadan.
every week, and we're glad to have
Winter
them with us.
solstice.
This there you go. You're going to paganism, man. Going down the pagan. Going down the,
Happy holidays.
yeah, happy holidays.
Well, it's like Christmas here.
Aaron, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh.
Good to have you, Aaron. Merry Christmas. Glad to have you with us down there in Texas. We're all opposite. Aaron doesn't have one on because I was too cheap to send one, and I just picked them up this week. But we all got our Star Wars Santa Claus hats on this evening.
Yeah, Aaron, it says Happy Holidays, and it's got a picture of Kylo Ren
It's got
smashing his helmet.
it's
into pieces.
actually got Darth Vader on it with his lightsaber.
Mine says, "Let the past die."
He has no shirt on.
Well,
Mine says put a shirt on.
Put a towel on.
yeah. Well, we're pretty excited. We did get a Christmas present this week, and well, it was 2 weeks ago, or whenever this is going to air. It's actually this week. We actually found it on this Thursday. I know it's confusing. Aaron, are you opening Christmas presents, Aaron?
I was pulling out my special report on this.
Oh, he's looking up his thing. We did get a Christmas present this week, though, on Thursday or last Thursday, depending on when you're listening to this. And that was the purchasing of the Fox 20th Century Fox by Disney. And we've been talking about this. Aaron's been anticipating this for weeks and been talking it up and hoping. And then we had the whole Comcast thing, possibly getting involved with it, and that fell through. And we were all like, yes. And then there's been rumors that Fantastic Four wasn't going to come with them. And then we found out, yes, they are, and it's yes. And we've been on this completely emotional roller coaster about this because we're all pretty psyched about it. And I'm ready for it. I'm ready for this merger to take place. So that I could not care less about them owning The Simpsons. Okay, don't care about them owning The Simpsons. Don't care about them owning any of that stuff. Well, you got to.
Are you okay, Charlie?
Aaron, Charlie, okay?
I love The Simpsons.
Well, okay. I mean, that's cool, but I mean, to me, it doesn't matter. I mean,
That's cool. I don't care about it, Charlie. Just get over it.
Well, I mean, each his
Charlie,
own. I mean,
I'll hug
I'm
you.
sorry, the adults are talking.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
how you line
sorry,
up.
sorry. Merry Christmas, Charlie.
This is the kitty couch.
Suck.
You know that?
Huh?
This is the kitty couch.
Yeah, y'all like over on
Yeah,
at the
kitty
table
table.
at
Drink your
Thanksgiving.
milk and shut up.
Just so you know, I will be wearing this to the psychiatric hospital on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day when I'll be working.
Good. That's gonna be awesome.
There'll be people coming out there. I could have swore I saw some huge guy with a beard wearing a Santa Claus hat with Darth Vader on it. Man, you were tripping.
No, man. You know, I wore one around school today or the other day. We went out caroling, Christmas caroling. I take the 8th graders out Christmas caroling to all the elementary school rooms, and they tripped them out because all the kids are wearing Santa Claus hats, and you know they got the red ones on, and mine's black. I got a black Santa Claus hat that says "Bah Humbug" on it, and them kindergartners.
So goth, John.
Oh well, yeah, no. I was like, "Shut up! I hate Christmas. Got to do this anyway."
Did you have Guyliner on also?
Yeah, that would have been cool because
It had David Bowie on it.
I could have walked in with my eyeliner and my black hat and been playing my ukulele. That would have
and you would have
totally
walked
set
in
it
and
off.
said to everybody, "Let the past die."
And then all the kids started crying. But they tripped them out because I was wearing a black
say that
because I was wearing a black Santa Claus hat. Like, why's your Santa Claus hat black? It's like, because it's not red. Oh, Okay, that was they were totally down with that. But this merger thing going on, or this not necessarily merger, but this purchasing, I think is a great thing. Aaron was really psyched about it. I'm really psyched about it. And just for a few minutes tonight, as a Christmas present to us as major Marvel fans, I'm ready for them to do this integration of the X-Men, and I'm ready for them to do the integration of the Fantastic Four and put all these characters back in the MCU where they belong. I mean, that's just the way it was. X-Men movies have been decent over the last little bit. Days of Future Past, of course, is the best of those three. I liked or the one with Apocalypse in it, Age of Apocalypse, I think is the name of it. I like that one. That one was pretty good. The Fantastic Four movies have been absolutely atrocious.
They've been fantastic.
Well, the first one they made with
Jessica
Chris
Alba.
Evans and Jessica Alba, and it was not too bad for its time.
No, it was for when it came out. It was good. When it came out right after Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
it was all right.
It was decent, but the problem with it is that
Did that one have the Silver Surfer, or was that
No,
it's the second one. That's Rise
That
of the
one was
Silver
not that great.
That one was.
But it was just a product of its time. It was great for its day. Chris Evans did great, and I thought he was great. Johnny Storm and
the internet meme of like the crazy guy staring at his wall, and he's got all the pictures with the yarn tied and all that stuff. That's Aaron with this purchase, with what he's expecting to happen in the Marvel universe.
Aaron's been tracking.
He's got it mapped out on where it's going to go and what's going to happen. That he is crazy for this.
Aaron, what are you thinking? What's your big highlight of this?
So I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, cool, we could have Fantastic Four at the end of Infinity War or whatever." And I'm sorry to say that is just not going to happen.
Just ruined
because
Brian's
Thanks.
Christmas.
Why is that?
Thanks, Aaron.
Because legal reasons. Yes, the merger's been announced, but it's going to take a year to 18 months for them to even approve it, because it has to go through, due to the size of the companies and all that. It's got to go through like the Department of Justice and stuff. And there's already a couple senators trying to stop it, and blah blah blah. So it'll be legal battles and stuff.
Well, aren't they
Give 'em free
screaming?
tickets to Disney World?
Aren't they screaming Disney monopoly or something like that at this point? It's something,
right?
It's something to do with that, yeah.
Right, and I just lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
You're talking about
It's gone.
they're not going to be in the movies.
Oh,
and
and during this period, it is illegal for anybody employed at Disney to even talk to anybody at Fox about business matters. That being said, though, I guarantee Disney already has their artists doing concept art and whatnot for Fantastic Four, X-Men movies, and whatnot.
But you're thinking timing-wise, it's just not going to be soon enough to jump into the end of
Right.
Avengers.
So here's what you will see this year, or this upcoming year, 2018. The X-Men movies that have already been made are going to come out. So like New Mutants, Deadpool 2, and X-Men Dark Phoenix. I don't think that Gambit will come out. They kept pushing
Channing Tatum.
I know you're upset. They pushed the
Bottom
production back to February or March, and so they'll probably just kill it. That same thing goes for the Multiple Man movie that was just announced. Yeah. They'll probably kill that also.
Needs to be. It sounded horrible.
And then the X-23 and X-Force movie, they'll probably kill those. On the comic book side of things, if you follow comic books, the Fantastic Four title was canceled outright, and X-Men have really not had a push. Instead, they've been pushing the Inhumans. So I fully expect that to change. Them to get back.
Inhuman.
Yeah, it's just gonna be awesome. Licensing wise, they have not been letting anybody use Fantastic Four or X-Men characters in a lot of video games. It's very rare for them to grant that.
That's why you haven't seen any new Fantastic Four Funko Pops or anything like that, because Marvel won't get them rights.
So I expect all that to change. Their hope was that they would just kill them like pop culturally, so that nobody would want to go see the movies, because it wouldn't be in the zeitgeist, and nobody would know about these characters. They'd forget about them or whatever.
Zeitgeist on us.
Yeah, I know.
Boom is dropped.
From Ecstatic, but
well, one thing, let's just play around here a second, because I mean, I know like Aaron's talking all legalities and stuff like that, but I would like to see it. My vision, I guess, if it's a Christmas wish that it absolutely is not going to come true according to Aaron because he's just destroyed everything with his legalities and his zeitgeist.
You
and-
weren't hoping for this for
I'm ready to go
Christmas.
upstairs to get some cheese.
Well, here's what I think would have been great to do. Let's just
Well, let me shine a little light on what you could expect though.
Oh.
2019. Listen, hold on. Is when the 18-month period is going to end. Is 2019. So you're going to see Disney launch their streaming service, whatever. But that's also when Avengers 4: Infinity War 2 comes out. Is May 3rd, 2019. So that's going to be pretty close to that 18-month period. So they could pop up in Avengers 4 or at least Easter eggs or something.
I'm just saying, what if at the end of Avengers 4, like it's just the call to arms and all these superheroes showed up? You got Fantastic Four, you got Wolverine, you got Deadpool, and I think Aaron said earlier it would be perfect is if Deadpool was self-aware that things have changed over and he's in a new quote-unquote universe. I think that would be great if he just is constantly making comments like, "Can everybody
this
see
ain't
that this is different?"
Yeah, or this isn't a Disney film. What are you talking about? Or, just making references that something has changed.
That'd be great. But
Yeah.
John, let John have his Christmas present.
Okay,
here's my
go
Christmas
ahead, John.
present. This is what I would like to see. If Santa Claus gonna bring me anything, this is what I would like him to bring. And I know this ain't gonna happen, but just play along. What I would like to, Charlie, all right?
I'm here.
I thought you were asleep.
No.
I thought you were weeping over there.
Him and Brian fell asleep.
Yeah, they're sitting on the couch, man. It's
It's the
just
kitty
The
couch.
kids'
Have a
couch.
nap.
We're just trying to keep our mouth shut so the kids can talk.
well, good,
Exactly.
good. Okay,
Feet to feet.
We know our place.
here. Wow. Okay. Here's what I'd like to see, and this would be awesome for me, is that you go through Infinity War, you go with Thanos here in 2000, in May. Well, as you go through it, Thanos is doing his thing, and they rush this in, and it doesn't have to be long, but at the end of Infinity War, you go all the way to the end of the movie. They do the credit, do some post credit scenes. At the end of that, very last post credit scene, they pan into this like throne room. It's a big stone throne room. There's just a throne sitting there, and there's all these monitors and stuff up on the board. And Thanos destroying everything, and just this gauntlet hand comes down, slams into the side of the throne, and it's just a big metal hand. It's Doom's hand.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the guy from Inspector Gadget.
No, it's just Doom's, just this gauntlet, boom, and that's all you see.
Aaron,
Yeah,
sorry, that's my fault.
Aaron,
I picked up the phone and Aaron turned into a robot. Sorry, Aaron.
you still there, Aaron?
I'm here.
Okay.
Aaron
Well,
turned into Dr. Doom.
I'll get you. And then, if you had your truly Christmas list for me, what would happen is Avengers 4 would come out, and at the beginning of the movie, they just simply cannot handle Thanos. I mean, he's just doing his thing, and they incorporate Doom into the movie to help the Avengers defeat him, because the Doom's like, the world this is my turf. The Earth is my turf to conquer, and he helps them destroy Thanos, but then becomes the greater threat. And then at the end of that movie, you see where he creates the Cabal. And
Well, I don't want to spoil Infinity Gauntlet too much, but Doctor Doom does play a huge role in Infinity Gauntlet, and so does Wolverine and Cyclops. So if they
maybe-
want to throw them in there, I'd be great with that Avengers 4.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they could swing it to where they could get that, where they could put just that part of Doom in at the end of Infinity War, this last one, which of course I know this is just me. Well, that would be great, and then bring them in, and then you could lead into after Avengers 4, you could lead into this ideal of Doom creating this Cabal, which would then allow them to bring the Fantastic Four in to a movie to where Doom and the Cabal are fighting the Fantastic Four, and do these crossovers with some of the Avengers and things like that.
Who are the Cabal?
It's Doom, Emma Frost. Is Namor part of the Cabal, Aaron? Kinda in and out.
And Loki.
Loki, yeah, that's who it was. I couldn't remember exactly who they all were.
I think there's a fifth person, but I'm not sure.
So-
Like maybe Norman Osborn or somebody.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Jamie Foxx's Electro.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx is there.
You
Not as
forgot
Electro, just as Jamie Foxx.
I'm stretching my comic book.
He's this Ray.
comic
from
book
Ray
skills
Charles
there for a
movie.
second. But that's the way I would like to see it. What do you got? What do y'all think? I mean, is that how would you like to see them play this out? Speculation. We're just playing around here. I mean, what would you like to see them do with these characters from Infinity War on, because I know Marvel's got their like has their schedule out so many years out of things they're already going to do. So we're not going to see this. But let's say that you had the perfect world of this. What would you see?
You say that, John, but they've uprooted the schedule before to make room for Spider-Man. So they'll
That's
absolutely change the schedule around to make room for X-Men and Fantastic Four.
Oh, well, then that would be ideal and perfect.
So it'll probably be like 2020, which is, it sounds like that's billions of years away, but it's only like 2 years away.
Yeah.
You know, or 20, yeah.
Yeah, 2 years and 17 days away or whatever.
Yeah.
Or 6 days if we're on Christmas.
How would you feel, John, about a Fantastic Four movie set during the 60s where you set up Doctor Doom and them, but at the end they're like lost in space and time, and then they come back to modern era?
Well, I don't know. I think X-Men did the 60s thing pretty well. I would like to see them just, I mean, personally, I think that while messing around with that type of stuff, you know, the time travel and things, just bring them up into the modern age and just kind of hook them into where they're at. I mean, I could see where that could be played out to where you could have them in the 60s, but then, you know, I don't know. I think it would be better just to have them come in and just be part of the modern MCU without any of this going back in time stuff. So
here's part of why I'm thinking that is if the Captain Marvel movie is setting up Secret Invasion, where I'm going to say it again, the squirrels are taking over the world.
Squirrels.
Part of that is because Galactus ate their home planet. So if you could tie that into, like, maybe Reed caused that in the 60s.
Yeah. And
then Reed comes back to modern day, and now he's like, the squirrels hate Reed. You know, they're attacking him and stuff. You know, that's the only reason I'm thinking that. If you could set it up in the past that Reed caused Secret Invasion, and then that way Fantastic Four plays a huge role in that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty psyched about it though. I'm ready for them to start bringing it in. You know what the most
upsetting part of all this is the golden age of the Marvel actors are not going to be intermingling with this new era. Like Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth and Chris Pine, all the Chris's, and you know all of these guys that were, you know, and Benedict Cumberbuns or whatever his name is, you know,
Cumberbuns.
All of those people are going to be moved on, and I mean maybe it'll be for the best because then you can get this clean reboot with, if you want, and say, oh, this is a brand new Marvel universe now because we have everybody, and maybe that's how you recast these roles. But it would have been great to see some of those golden age, quote unquote, I mean, from 5 years ago, actors from Marvel, and then the golden age X-Men characters like Hugh Jackman and Captain Picard, and you know all of those people.
Thank you, Logan.
All together on screen with each other. Like that would have been awesome because
Kelsey Grammer,
like Beast, you know, show up and you know and do a psychologist talk to him. But like that's not going to happen because I think most of those, like, granted, Hugh Jackman said he would come back if he got to be in a Marvel movie as Wolverine, but most of those people are going to be gone, and most of the Marvel people are going to be gone, and you know, I don't know, that stinks that you're going to miss out on that, and that was, I mean, the closest we're going to get to that is Infinity Wars, you know, with all of them coming together. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah. Well, we're anybody else got anything to add to that on this front before we move on?
How do you think they're going to handle mutants?
I didn't really mean you, Charlie. I mean,
Yeah.
that was pretty good.
I hope. Well,
Charlie,
in my opinion,
Cake. We can say
the Charlie Brown and Tim were talking about something completely different. I think that the thing that I would like to see them do is handling mutants is just to reboot it and start over. I mean,
I
just
just wonder if that's what they're going to do.
But are they going to act like mutants have always existed, or something's going to happen where now there's mutants in the world?
Well, I mean, if they do a new reboot, they could just.
Well, I don't even necessarily think you need to do anything where something like tragically happens. I think it's just like if you could do anything. Hold on,
Charlie has his hand raised.
Charlie's got his hand up.
There was a comic book called House of M where Scarlet Witch made the mutants go away. She could make them come back in this. She could say, instead of no more mutants, she could say, here's some mutants. And then that way they can bring them into the Marvel Universe.
Give me them muties.
Yeah, I mean, that's just saying. That's,
Charlie, what were you going to say before that, though? Before Aaron interrupted you?
Oh, Aaron wasn't here to see me, so he couldn't really interrupt.
No,
He didn't
it's
know I was
fine.
going to talk. I don't know what else they're bringing in besides the Marvel stuff. And I mean, John has already made it perfectly clear that no one gives a bleep about the Simpsons but me. Batman 66, Disney's going to own that when part of this deal.
They're going to own all of Hulu, basically.
Yeah.
Like
so, I mean,
60% or something.
I'm looking forward to that, to see what they do with that. I mean, it'll probably be wrapped up in legal stuff, as we've discussed.
They're
It's almost like the Phantom Menace of the Five Live Bears podcast. We're talking about legal stuff, almost like trade federations here. But yeah,
We're talking about something we don't have any clue what we're talking about.
but yeah, that's the thing is like
Make sure to title this one our hashtag legal fees.
hashtag trade federations. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see what they're going to do. As I don't remember which one of the Allen Balls said it, but senators are trying to shut it down anyway. So who knows
Aaron,
with the
I
political
didn't
climate we
say
have,
that.
it might be shut down. But either way, it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to whatever they do.
I think it's very ironic that Disney and Marvel now owns part of the Batman
Right,
franchise, even if it is the 1966.
the Batman
Stuff.
and Robin TV show.
Yeah, I think that's
Aaron,
awesome.
can you give a quick list of what all Disney is getting in this? Like, not characters, but like shows and.
But before I do that, as I was going to mention, this also affects Star Wars because they have not been able to release like a complete set of DVDs. due to
Yeah,
the
I forgot about that.
twen- you know, that's going to affect, and they could also put that 20th century fanfare back in front of the movies now. The dun, 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 you know,
Yeah,
'cause that was such a big part of a Star Wars movie starting was hearing that sound. You know, so franchises they're getting like Planet of the Apes, Avatar, I think Buffy and Angel. Simpsons, Futurama, you know, X-Files, all kinds of stuff. A lot of that's going to affect their streaming library.
Ooh, are they
so,
getting Firefly?
Aaron, what's your opinion? Do you?
Yes.
Are you a Planet of the Apes fan?
Yes.
So do you think? Because I know they were talking. They've just finished this Planet of the Apes trilogy, and they kind of like, well, we're not really don't know if we're going to do any more. Do you think Disney now they own that they will continue that in with reboots of Planet of the Apes and Return of the Planet of the Apes and things of that nature, or do you think they're just going to stop it right there?
I think they should wait a decade before they do any more.
Because
Yeah,
I like the 3 movies that came out.
I do too.
I was just curious if you thought that, because I know they had kind of 20th Century Fox had said this. Well, this is it. We're not really going to make a 4th one, and I didn't know if Disney would want to continue that franchise now, or if it'd be something that they would lay on.
I don't want it to become like Star Wars, where there's an Apes movie coming out every 9 months or 12 months or,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Get your balls off me.
That last one was good. And Tim just brought up Firefly. I mean, that's something that is that something that is so buried in the past that they would never even think about that, or could there?
I'm not 100% sure on what all the rights are there, but I would imagine it's part of it since it aired on Fox. I'm sure Fox has.
I would even like to see
part
it.
of it.
Yeah, even if you made like a for Netflix movie or something along those lines, would be a great way to continue that.
Brian, what are you most looking forward to?
I was going to try to go the whole podcast. without
No,
saying anything.
no, I'm not letting you.
Charlie and I are becoming the outlaws over here.
Oh my
I would
God.
like. I would just like I've said before. I like to have a Wolverine and a Hulk movie. That's what I'd like to
That
have.
would be pretty sweet.
But I'm excited for all of it because now the cool thing would be with the Infinity Wars, you wouldn't have to do an origin story of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. So
Well, I mean, they proved that they don't have to have a origin story with Spider-Man.
Now-
so
absolutely right.
Now, under Fox, will Spider-Man have web squirters?
I knew we couldn't.
He's going to have one organic and one.
We have gone 6 months without that saying web squirters, and here we are. Susie, just hold on to that. We're gonna wrap it up here in about 4 minutes. So
Wrap it up.
all right, so
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
See you
Merry
later,
Christmas.
players.
well, we are.
Brian.
Dang,
I'm out.
Brian's
I'm out.
like I gotta
We
go
said
home.
4 minutes,
out.
not 4 seconds.
Oh, I'm out. I'm out. I'm done.
Brian's been
Brian.
salty.
Hold on, salty Brian.
Wait, what?
It's a Christmas miracle. Let's just have a good
Oh,
3 minutes.
I thought we were ending it now. I'm done.
No,
3 minutes,
Brian,
42
sit down.
seconds.
Sit down, Brian.
I'm getting some cheese ball. I'm out.
He's got them
I will
socks on.
tackle
tonight.
you, Brian.
Are you leaving? No, we're not done. We got 3 minutes.
We're done. What else are we gonna talk about? We beat this dead horse already. Let's go.
No, we're
Man. Everybody's look. Here's the Grinch
Hello,
sitting on
thank
the
you.
couch.
Thank
with
you.
us.
wow.
Wow.
No, I had one question tonight. I had just one simple question. It was like, You turned off your mic. You turn your mic on. It is not.
It was off.
What is it?
What is
Somebody
what
give
is
Brian
wrong
a
with you?
hug.
What's the question?
Here's my. I don't know if I want to ask it now.
Then we're done.
Aaron,
3 minutes.
Brian lost
2
his
seconds.
mind all of a sudden.
No, Brian didn't.
He took off his headphones and everything.
Brian's going full John right
No,
now.
I'm watching
we
the
have
clock.
found Brian's limit. He can only do 2 podcasts a night.
He's got 2 minutes and
He can't-
49
He
seconds.
can't hear you, Aaron. He took his headphones off.
We got. I'm gonna hold my question for 2 minutes and 41 seconds.
Well, Brian ain't gonna stay. He's gonna leave. Don't
He
do
wants
that.
some cheese ball.
Christmas time. Here it is. Here's my one question. Or I'm not taking your thing.
Oh, no, you're
Just-
fine.
We like I said, we're doing a
wouldn't
short
matter
one.
if
Now he's
Charlie.
taking your bits.
It's okay. It's
over,
okay.
Charlie.
I'm okay.
Now
with
Charlie's
it.
leaving. What's
No.
happening?
Let's go, Charlie.
I want cheese ball too, but I'm going to wait.
He
for
who
2 minutes and 32
he who
seconds.
setteth behind the table asketh the question.
Next week,
All powerful
next
tyrant.
week's gonna be dummy.
growing up, what is your number one Christmas present?
Throwing up. What?
Growing up. Come on, we got 2 minutes.
Throwing up. Well, the time I threw up Penn Station.
You got 2 minutes. What
Mine
is
was,
it?
mine was the entire Hall of Justice from the Super Friends with all the characters set up with it.
There it is.
That was mine.
See how
Tim.
hard that was?
Aaron, I don't know anything from my childhood. I forgot everything. So what was Didn't we get a bunch of Star Wars figures once?
There was an epic year where we came down the Millennium Falcon and
There you
the
go.
Rebel Transport, and it was
Oh,
covered
wow.
with Star Wars figures, all on that stuff.
Like
It was really
I
cool.
think I have early dementia. I can't remember anything. Seriously.
Brian, did you get the
Brian got
G.I. Joe
everything.
aircraft carrier
No.
on Christmas?
No.
Was that a birthday present?
No, he's
Just a
no,
year
no,
great
no,
kid.
Brian's worried about cheese balls right now.
Brian's
He's trying to get
butt-
Was it
Or-
cheese ball? Was that your best favorite?
Brian's
would've been a good
butler
one.
put together
That would've
a.
No, we didn't have that.
What'd
We
you
didn't
get,
have a
Brian? Tell us.
The best
It
one
was
I
a
ever
life-size speeder bike.
remember- No. The best one I remember was the original Nintendo.
The Nintendo.
Ooh, John.
My favorite was the year that there was a giant box in the basement. Opened it up and it had the GI Joe Pterodome.
John had the butler.
And
Dang.
yes, well, I had my dad who put it all together, and all of the figures from that year. So
Susie, out of 13 Christmases you've had, what's your favorite Christmas gift?
Susie, wouldn't it have been nice if your dad had been like, my best Christmas present was when our daughter was born on Christmas. Dang. Wow.
He's like, send it over now.
Wow.
well,
We're not waiting 2 minutes for that.
Merry Christmas,
Brian,
everybody.
Go, go, go.